Hello students, myself Archana Varude from Praveen Patel College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. In today's video, we are going to learn about what is meant by X-rays and how the X-rays are produced by using the modern tube called as Coolidge tube. First we see the introduction about X-rays. These X-rays were discovered by the scientist William Röntgen in 1895, and he is a German physicist professor working in a laboratory in the Physical Institute of the University of Würzburg. And these X-rays cause the film to be exposed, and so if they are blocked and the film remains dark, hence producing a shadow of the denser parts of the body. And when this scientist was performing experiments on discharge of electricity through gases in a discharge tube, then he found that when fast moving electrons are stopped by a solid target, then some unknown radiations were produced, and these radiations were named by him as X-rays. And these X-rays are electromagnetic radiations of very short wavelength, and the value of wavelength is from 10 raised to minus 10 meter to 10 raised to minus 11 meter. And the X-ray with the longer wavelength are called as soft X-rays, and with the smaller wavelength are called as hard X-rays. These are the two types of X-rays. And as we know that X-rays were discovered by the scientist Röntgen, and he is a German physicist professor, and when he was performing experiments to investigate the properties of cathode rays, he found that photographic plate kept in a packet which were near the discharge tube were blackened, and these photographic plate get affected even though they were wrapped in a black paper. And therefore, from that, he concluded that the photographic plates get affected were blackened due to some unknown highly penetrating radiations coming from the sides of the tube when cathode rays are incident on it, and hence these rays were unknown. They are called as X-rays. And here this photograph shows that this is the medical uses of fluoroscopy began shortly after the Röntgen's discovery of X-rays in 1895. Now we see how the X-rays are produced by using the modern tube called as Coolidge tube. Here this is the tube called as Coolidge tube, and here these are the basic elements for required for production of X-ray. Here this is the tungsten called as target material. These are electrons. This is evacuated bulb, glass bulb, and here this is the heated tungsten filament called as cathode. Here first we see what is the principle. The principle is when fast moving electrons are suddenly stopped, then X-rays are produced. And here this diagram shows that here it consists of a highly evacuated hard glass bulb with a cathode called as filament and anti-cathode called as anode. See this diagram. Here this is anode and this is cathode. And the cathode is surrounded by the molybdenum metal cylinder kept at the negative potential to the filament. See here, this is the molybdenum metal and it is connected to the negative potential of the filament, and hence the electrons emitted from the filament are concentrated into the fine beam of electron. See here, when electrons are emitted, then it comes into the fine beam of electrons. Here these are the electrons. And the target tip consists of copper block in which a piece of tungsten or molybdenum is fitted. And the anode should possess the following properties. See here, this is called as a target and it consists of that tungsten material. And here these are the properties possessed by the anode. First is high melting point, and so that it is not melted due to the bombardment of fast moving electrons which produce a large amount of heat. Second property is high atomic weight to produce hard X-rays. Third is high thermal conductivity to carry away the heat generated, and the target is placed at an angle of 45 degree with the path of electron beam. And when the cathode is heated by an electric current, then it produces electrons due to the process known as thermionic emission, and this beam of electrons is then focused on the anode, and the electrons from the cathode are accelerated by the application of high voltage between the cathode and anode by using step-up transformer. And when these fast moving electrons are suddenly stopped by the tungsten anode, they lose their kinetic energy and X-rays are produced from the target, and some amount of kinetic energy is converted into large amount of heat. And by controlling the filament current, the thermionic emission of electrons and hence the intensity of X-rays can be controlled. And the penetrating power of X-rays determines the quality of X-rays, which can be controlled by changing the voltage between cathode and anode. And the X-rays of high penetrating power and high frequency are called as hard X-rays, and the X-rays with low penetrating power and low frequency are called as soft X-rays. And the intensity of these X-rays depends on filament current, and the penetration power of X-rays depends upon the potential difference between cathode and anode. And here these are the medical applications of X-rays. First is X-rays are used for checking for fractures, that means broken bones. They are also used in chest X-rays can spot pneumonia. X-rays are used to detect the bullet's position inside the body. They are used for detecting fractures, tumors in the human body, and they are also used for the diagnosis of tuberculosis, stones in kidneys and gallbladders. And here these are the medical applications of X-rays, and the reason is that the penetration power of X-rays is very high. Here this photograph shows the medical applications of X-rays. Here first is X-rays are used in medicine for medical analysis. Dentists also use them to find complications like that cavities and impact teeth. Soft body tissue are transparent to the wave, and here bones and teeth block the rays and show up as white on the black background. So here these are the applications of X-rays. Then scientific applications of X-rays. First is X-rays are used for studying the structure of crystalline solids and alloys. Second, they are used for the identification of chemical elements including determination of their atomic numbers. They can be used for analyzing the structure of complex molecules by examining their X-ray diffraction pattern. These are the scientific applications of X-rays. That's all about today's video. Thank you.